previous video, I described this concept of framing, which are mental constructs that people have that they sort of view the world through. And today I wanted to talk about frames in the context of sales, and in particular for people like myself who come from non-sales backgrounds, who are maybe technical or have some sort of skill and they're trying to transition from skilled developer to business owner. Frames are a tremendously useful concept to understand. And so let's talk about a really simple way frames apply. And so for anyone that sold anything, I imagine you've went through some sort of conversation like this. Someone calls into your business and they start talking to you about their project idea, and then they start dropping hints that what they're asking for is very simple or it's quick. And you'll hear things like, oh, I have an idea for an app. My cousin can do this in 2 days, but I'm just trying to get quotes. Or they might say something like, oh, my friend who works at Google says, this is going to be no problem. Should be an easy thing. You build this entire app in 3 days. Or you might hear something like, there's a bunch of you guys around there, tons of dev shops, and I've got 5 different quotes, and I'm about to sign with someone, but I just want to get one last one. That is all part of status and framing. And so for all those examples I gave you, what someone's trying to do, whether they know it or not, is they're trying to lower your status by framing themselves as sort of an expert in the area, and then make you seem silly if you disagree with them. So for instance, in the anyone can do this, they're trying to lower your status by making it seem like if you disagree with them, then you're sort of an idiot, right? Like, oh, if my cousin can do this in a weekend and you're telling me this app's going to take $150,000, either you're unethical or you're an idiot, right? That's the conclusion. The one about my friend who works at Google or works at JP Morgan, that's just status. That's just saying, hey, my friend who's really important and therefore I'm very important, he can do it. So if you can't do it, oh, maybe you're not important. And then the last one about different quotes, they're just trying to pull the deal from you. In some cases, they're just trying to make you feel nervous about your prices and what you do because they have so many different options, right? You're not special. There's a bunch of different app shops out there, right? So it's important just to realize that this happens, and it happens consciously and it happens unconsciously, right? This is not something that is bad or good or evil. This is not playing like nefarious games. Some people will use this tactic as a way to basically lower your price. I mean, sometimes people do this just because they're trying to lower your price and they're trying to make you feel bad. I mean, that is one case. But I mention these because as a business owner, you're going to hear these things. And it's really important to realize that just because someone says something doesn't make it true. And so whenever I get these types of situations where I start to feel like uneasy about myself because people are trying to essentially lower my status, I ask myself 2 questions. One is this true? And then the second one is, does it matter? If your cousin can develop an app that I say is going to take me 8 weeks, if he can develop it in 2 days, maybe he can, right? That doesn't change. I can't do that. Does that make me stupid? Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But my point is, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to tremendously lower my costs. And if you start changing the way that you do your business based off what other people are telling you that may or not be true, that's very dangerous because, one, you run into an issue with your business process, but then most importantly, you run into trust issues with yourself. And that's sort of what I wanted to express in this video, is if you find yourself getting this nagging sense that someone's telling you stuff just designed to make you feel bad, maybe they are. Maybe they're doing it consciously or unconsciously. But really, it's really important that you trust yourself and then really just try to discern reality from fiction, because again, this could be true. Again, I'm not saying this stuff is true or false. I'm just saying recognize that frames exist, recognize that they are used by people, and learn this stuff so that way you can navigate the business world better. Hope this helps. If it did, please like, comment, share, or subscribe.